Hey everyone, Corey here, coming in to do the energy update for this weekend. And of course, this is the full moon in Taurus energy as well. And as we're moving through this energy, I just keep hearing, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop now, don't stop now. Persistence, determination, keep going, trudging through. Sometimes that stubbornness, that determination, that willpower is really, truly the thing that pushes us, that we need in times of where we're kind of getting exhausted. So you may be feeling the exhaustion, you may be feeling the tiredness, but it's like when we're giving birth, it's like when you're giving birth, or if you're a female, you'd only know this as a woman. When you're giving birth and you're down to that last, like all's left to do is you have to push. And there's just nothing left to push with, but you have no choice. It has to come out. That child has to get out. So you have to push. And so we find that last little expansion of our energy to kind of, this is kind of what this energy is like. It is giving us the push. It's giving us that last little bit of like willpower and energy that we need, or it's overriding our sometimes willpower, and it's boosting our willpower, to give us the strength to push forward, to just push through. We're at a finish line. We're at a time of where we are moving forward, and it's like it'd be so easy to quit now. It'd be so easy to walk away. It'd be so easy to neglect things right now, but we can't neglect. We can't turn a blind eye. We have to deal with the things that we need to look at right now. So it is a time of that great resilience. Now, this moon also comes with a lot of karma. So this moon links us back to karma and what karma looks like. And so when we think of karma and how karma exists, like we're waiting for karma to happen in people's lives, and you're not seeing karma happen. It's like, well, I'm not seeing karma. They say, karma will get people. Karma lives with people. Karma lives with us. Karma lives with the thoughts. It lives with the doubts. It lives with looking over your shoulder. It lives with the fear of waiting for things to be exposed, waiting for things to come up. So somebody who has done something in the past that it's never ever come to the light, and they never know. So they're always living on the edge of never knowing. You just never know when a truth is going to come up, when a truth is going to reveal itself. And that is, this moon is bringing that. And so this is also reveals to us the areas of where we may have neglected the areas of our own healing journey, the places where you need to pay attention, you need to look at things in a different light. But it is, of course, a Taurus isn't a fixed sign, it's an earth energy. But we also have Saturn playing out here. So Saturn's direct right now. And as this Saturn is direct, and where Saturn sits is Saturn's the ruler of Capricorn, and it's the ruler of Aquarius. And so when we're looking at the way this energy is revealing itself to us, it's just saying it's the end of the karma of the Pluto it's the end of the karma that has tied and related to the Pluto in Capricorn as well. So we're ending that journey, and it's moving into a whole new element. So it's moving in with a new bunch of the signs. So as we move into the shift of where it's moving away from fixed energy, it is moving, God, I can't remember. It's moving into a new set of energy. So it's the karma or the journey that the other four of the zodiac signs now have to walk. And I do know, so it would be, hold on, I do know. Fixed. Pluto is moving into Aquarius. That brings us into those fixed signs. So as we're seeing the end of the karma that is tied to the cardinal signs, now we're seeing it move into the karmatic journey, the cycle for that of the fixed signs. And now karma is not always, it's not bad, it's not good, right? It's not bad or good. It's not about bad or good. It's just about it's almost like you got to walk through your own, now you get your 15, 16-year-old cycle. So for Aquarius, for Leos, for Scorpios, is it Pisces? Taurus, right? I think it's Taurus. Yes. So no, it would be Taurus. So for that energy, for that fixed sign, it's like it's where there's going to be a new journey that's beginning as we come through the end of November, moving into November, December, January. So it can be that of a very prosperous time. It can be a time of great lessons and blessings. It's that road that sometimes, we have to walk into the unknown. So there's a lot of unknown energy, a lot of feels like uncertainty, and uncertainty can be scary. Uncertainty can lead us down the paths of wanting to turn around and go backwards, but we're not here to go backwards. We're here to go forward. So what we've been fixated on and what we've been so determined to held on, this is where it's kind of letting go of the reins and moving forward. That's what they're giving me. And so there's going to be this moving forward and a higher expression of how you show up for those who have that sun sign in that energy as we move forward. And so, and wherever that fits for you. So you may have, your ascendant, your moon, your whichever house it's in, and whatever planet it is being influenced in that house, right? And so there's just this, and I'm not an astrologer, this is just what I'm getting, it's what I'm receiving. And so they're showing me all of this playing out. So there is a new cycle that's about to begin. It's not a recycle. So whatever has been, like, you're not recycling. So cardinal signs that are coming out of that shift, that are coming out of that 16-year cycle, it's like, so I know how I see it. So black hole. So it's like we have been in a black hole. If you're the cardinal signs, it's like you've been sucked into the black hole, ripped apart, torn apart, all of life, all the things you've had to, and then now you're being emerging to the other side. But who and what went in, the way you were, though, everything that was is no longer, and it's something anew that's coming out on the other side, that black hole. Now we have this fixed energy that is moving in. And so it's where that energy tied around that Aquarius, and, as we're moving into that age Aquarius. And there's a lot of, like, I say, there's a lot of hype and commercialized energy around, oh, this is kumbaya. This is where life begins to get all perfect and great. And we're going to live in this world and that world. I'm like, well, how do you get to that world? Right? Sometimes we got to walk through a lot of different scenarios to be able to, it's where our stories get shredded, right? It's where it's to get to that sense of some sort of new beginning. Now we've been on a massive journey, but everything doesn't change at once, and not everyone or everything evolves at the same level. We go in layers. We have this dimensions that we work in. So now we have, like, what's lined up next to go through this black hole of change into the ground zero and come out again, is the cycle of that fixed energy. So we have Aquarius, and we have Leo, and we have Taurus, and we have, I just totally went blanking, whatever. Okay, we know who's going in. So whoever's under that fixed sign, now they're going in. And I feel like we're going in an order, right? There's some sort of order that is happening, that is taking place. Now, as you're going through this black hole, it's where it's so much power and so much force and so much light, it kind of pulls away all of this. It's like breaking away all of these particles. It's like the dying of an old story to emerge in a new story. So this is happening. I feel like we're going kind of in order, and no specific order, but it just feels like, and then we're moving on again, and then we're moving on again. And so we're moving on, and we're moving into having to take the journey through this black hole, and through this black hole of kind of like that dying star. So what part of your identity and your personality has been your go-to, your dependable, that you've been able to depend on always? It's like, well, I've always been known for my confidence. I've always been known for this and that. And that's where those things that we are known for begins to be the things that kind of falls apart and breaks apart, because it is where it's where our imitation self, it is where our shadow self, it is where all the aspects who we had to become to survive the other life, or to get by, or to make it, or to be somebody, all that now is finally breaking free. Okay, this is all unfolding for me now. So the movement is happening as if we're going in, I want to say it's like a Noah's Ark, the 2x2, but we're going 4x4. So we're going 4x4x4. And it's like this cycle of 4x4x4. And we're going through this, we're through the black hole. Whereas the Cardinals feel like they were the first to kind of get through on this journey, through this part, and are coming out on the other side and beginning. So wherever that cardinal sign is in your chart, wherever it is, whatever house that's in, whatever area of life of your house, and whatever area that influences and affects, is the area that is now kind of resolved. So you can kind of shade that in, right? It's like, okay, I've kind of worked through this. Well, now we get to go again, right? So now we get to go again. So now there's a come around. So we're going through this black hole energy and moving through this black hole energy. And each time we do is that there is some sort of karma that we're ending, some sort of karma we're clearing up, some sort of change that we're making that is happening in our lives. I've been days trying to get this video out, and I not had the clarity until I seen the black hole. And so this is where we're seeing it come through. And so whatever area we have those signs, it feels like this is the next area of where we're going to be able to have that healing. So there is a highlighted area with the super moon that is saying, okay, what section of the pie, what part of what one of those houses in my life, what area of my life is it that's being highlighted, that is now where my focus will go, because I have resolved, healed, cleared this. What's next, right? What will be, and it's not saying, oh God, here we go again, because some areas of our lives don't need as much of it's not as hard of a journey as it is other areas. And so if you've been really working through that sense of having to kind of lose, if you're gonna, everything financially has been a struggle, all those financial struggles, you're coming to the end of, I think, those financial struggles, and you're starting to see that return to the abundance. If it has been around relationships and struggling with relationships, struggling with ending relationships, or beginning a relationship, or, knowing there's something not right that needs to be repaired, well, this will be, you'll also start to see some sort of changes possibly happening there. Career, it may be where a lot of people begin to decide, I'm not going to be so obsessed and fixated on everything that I have been obsessed and fixated. So my obsessions and my fixations and my addictive patterns in my life are now the thing that's going into this black hole. And in through that black hole is the things that finally I'm able to have kind of all them stories shredded, torn apart. So moving forward, as I move forward into the new year, I'm going to start to notice that I'm not so fixated. I'm not so addicted. I don't have such an obsession with certain areas or certain things in my life. Career-wise, it may be, like I said, school, return to school. It may be finally doing something that you've always wanted to do. It may be finally being recognized. Whatever that is, there is that shift. But wherever there is that cardinal energy that is just coming through this switch that is happening, this change that is happening with Pluto going into the Aquarius energy, wherever that resolve is that part of that chapter is now kind of done. You've kind of worked through that karma. But what they're showing me is that this is where we're also seeing the leadership, what leads your life, where your next focus shall be. So if you have been obsessed, workaholic, focused on work, the highlighted area of your life where you're going to be taking the lead may be more in family. It may be towards family, or if you've given all of your love and all of your dedication to your family, you may be coming into the phase of, of finally making yourself a priority and doing something for yourself, right? And so wherever and whatever that area is where we are finally able to kind of, the focus is changing. We're changing focus, we're changing direction, gaining clarity, looking at things different. Doesn't mean we're walking away from everything in our lives and all the people in our lives that we love and that are part of our lives, is we're recognizing how we don't do everything in one big smorgasbord energy. We do everything in patterns, in layers, right? In layers. So everything is done in layers. So this is like that black hole. It is the zero. So we are somehow, this energy is returning to zero. And so the zero is that ground zero. We're beginning again, just like the new mother, new parent. So there is this begin again, and it gives us the opportunity to redo. But if we go in and we are so held on to our old patterns and our old ways and not letting go and continuing to stay in the struggle, that old pattern will follow through. You'll see that kind of revisit again. And so you got that first 4 months that'll bring in the opportunity to make that change, to bring those changes. So this weekend's energy, with its powerful influence, it does really truly have the that stubbornness that is trying to like hold on or trying to keep or trying to push through. It's just like, but it's also telling us what's not okay is not okay. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs never make a right. So when I look at the world and I look at the yelling and the screaming and stuff that's been going on in the world, and it's like, well, they did this and they did that. I'm like, two wrongs don't make a right. Being cruel over this and cruel here, I don't care how so-called beautifully enlightened you are, is being not kind, not nice, dividing, causing division, no matter what that is, that's never nice. So that's never good, right? That's never a good way to bring people together. That's just a good way to bully people into getting to your side, to take your side. And then you're also suppressing and shutting people down from having their own voice. And so we will kind of see that kind of being called up and out in areas of life. And it's like two wrongs never make a right. The only way to make a change is to get back to the center. And to get to the center means to find is to really truly live from the center, that I can open up to perspectives and look at all sides of things, and I can still have my own view. But where's the hurt? Where's the hurt speaking from? Where's the hurt? Where's the unhealed? Where's that resentment? Is it still, am I still waiting for someone to pay the price, and everyone has to pay the price for something of the past? And am I done? Am I done losing myself to that energy, to that story, that I don't need to be, constantly making everyone pay for something, or that something somebody did to me in the past, or something of the past. And the big ass bullies of the past, whatever that was, is not the same bullies that are going to be in your life now. So this is where it is being taken through that black hole. So like dark soul, dark night of the soul, the hero's journey, those type of things, of where we have to become that hero to our own stories, and also to really truly become the parenting thought, to look at how two wrongs will never make a right. Two parents fighting over children, two parents calling each other down, beating each other up, telling each other's friends about how this one is so bad and how the other one is so bad. And both are doing the exact same thing, but in a different way. Somebody has to be the parenting thought. And it shouldn't have to be the children who has to be parentified too early in life to become the parent, to become that parenting thought. And so this is us emotionally, spiritually evolving and maturing. So bring that perspective into our adult self, and how many dualities we have with ourselves between the shadow and the light, and our soul, and listening to our soul self and our spirit, and listening to the unhealthy egoic self. And it's like, okay, I'm going to come back to the divine. I'm going to come to this place. I'm going to come home to my divine expression, to God, source, creator, whatever that is. And I'm going to, in this middle, I'm going to look at all, I'm going to observe all sides of things. I'm going to let all the stories be shredded and fall apart. And I'm going to decide to write my own story, my own chapter. I'm going to be a part of this. I'm going to look at the areas of where I've put the work in, where I've done the work. And I'm just going to begin to just trust that wherever I am designed to go, wherever I am meant to be in my life, whatever it's supposed to be, I'm going to really come from it from a softer, but not a passive aggressive way, a softer, but a more committed way to exist in my life. And that's what they're giving us. And so it does, like I said, it does bring us to a place of where we prosper and grow in specific areas of life. And where other times we've already done the work. We don't have to keep rehashing and revisiting. We've come out on the other side. We've come through that. We've done that journey. We've walked that journey. And now it's time to put some emphasis and some work into other areas of our life. And so this moon may be really, truly shining a light upon where we are to go next, the path where we are to walk next, and what is that next direction, and where we are to project our energy. I send you so much love. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will speak with you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.